All right, and excuse me. Also, we have Lord of the Synth doing the restream, and Cyberdark is here doing the tracking for 4 people. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a definitely interesting one. I'm looking forward to this. Again, all 4 of these runners, 1 and 4, all 4 fighting for a spot in that ever-important play-in race that's coming up this upcoming Sunday. Only one person can survive, so pretty high stakes here. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top and what our runners have to deal with in the seed.
Correct. And again, to just highlight what you said, this race gets you into the next play-in race between all of the 2 and 3 contestants, and that is a potentially much larger race. So you have to win this one and then finish in the top 6 in the next to be able to qualify for the actual brackets.
Yeah, that is correct. And if I remember correctly, the play-in race on Sunday, it's the top 6 making it into the bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. And that one will be over at 9 o'clock. And here we are. We have 9 p.m. on Sunday. Or 8 p.m. on Sunday. Forgive me, I keep messing these counts up. But it looks like we got our base screen here as we're getting ready to go.
Yeah, winter times anyway. It looks like everybody's going with a strength agility, if I'm looking at the names correct.
Strength HP for our Zs, or Zs if you are not American. I cannot remember what 6 is, but I think it's strength HP.
Yeah, all chat informing us all 4 are strength HP. So all 4 runners going the same strategy. Do not blame them. We'll see how it kind of goes around.
And if you've been watching the Swiss rounds and they're switching over to this with our 4-person layout, you will notice we do not have the stats up on screen. So that's something we're going to have to track a little bit more on our own here. I would encourage you to keep track at home. Let us know when you think that they're ready to go. We'll have a pretty good idea what's going on, but it's going to be a little bit faster paced and a little bit hectic as we go along.
It's easy enough. Just grind to level 20 and then go. You're fine.
All right, and I was wrong about that. We will see the stats later. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I haven't done this particular thing yet, and it looks like we have started.
We are underway as all 4 runners get going. Let's see what we have inside the castle today for us.
All right, we have fairy water and a magic key, so we got an extra key right off the bat that gives us treasury access. And it looks like starting off with 17 attack power and heal more. Very nice.
Yeah, starting heal more is definitely good. You can only cast it once with the MP we have, but once is all you really need. Is starting 22 HP. If we can get a decent fight to start off, we might be able to get a nice early couple levels.
All right, and it looks like just about everybody has went back in and saved right off the bat. And Marashu did a reset. I'm not sure if they had some sort of error there, but we can see the treasury here in just a second.
I think Marashu accidentally hit normal speed instead of fast, so reset and restarted. That's the stones in the treasury, followed by the fighter's ring. So 2 good items right off the bat.
Yep, and now we're kind of locked in on the fighter's ring. It looks like there was another key in there, and I can't tell what the last item was.
I think it was yet another key, if I saw correctly.
That seems to be the case. So pretty much infinite keys from here on out, unless somebody makes a fairly large mistake. You can just keep getting more from that treasury whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, Stags checking it now and saying it's empty. That confirms that was yet another key, since he was already full up on 6. So infinite keys right off the bat from the treasury. This is going to be an interesting start to see. Stags is going to give us our first look at what's underneath Tantagil.
All right, and that is the grave. And as you will see, we have the permanent torch flag set. So we won't have any trouble figuring out what these particular caves are here.
Unless you're me and you haven't played enough to recognize them, you've got to look at the map every time.
And now
So it looks like, I believe Stags definitely equipped the ring. I didn't see if anyone else did or not.
Well, our treasures underneath are an herb and 2 cursed belts. So we have 2 belts on the board. And meanwhile, Marashu, not going downstairs, has found level 2. And at level 2, got hurt more. So this is looking to be a very juicy seed so far.
Seeds 2 free reroll. Anyway, we have found... of course, I know the name of the town, and I've just lost it.
Yes, we found Remolder, and in the in Remolder, we have gold, which is probably a pretty good thing to find right now because you got the shop here. It's interesting. Remolder is usually amazing, except when you have a key start, so it's a little bit less valuable, but there are some things to buy here. Gold will help him get the chainmail. Everything else is a little too expensive.
I picked up a small shield as well, it looks like, so go ahead. Needs a little bit of defense.
Yeah, nothing to scoff at here at the beginning, especially with that starting attack. And meanwhile, we see both Stags and Ursine getting level 2 and getting that hurt more access.
Gisel's side taking on the Scorpion, that'll definitely get him up to level 2. Probably be very happy to see that hurt more.
Yeah, unfortunate for Stags to get ambushed by that Wyvern. Wyvern is a great enemy to fight with Hurtmore. And we see Marashu taking out a Druid Lord, and that should push him right into level 4.
Learned Return. Not a bad spell to learn. Not really what you want to see right now, but...
Yeah, Return tends to be, learn it before the end of the game, just so you don't have to figure out some other way of getting back from Charlock.
Oh, you tell me you don't want to defeat the Dragon Lord and have to walk back from Charlock to Tantajo?
I've seen it happen. It just depends where Charlock is.
But looking at our starting area, it's not too bad. A lot of forest, a little bit of swamp directly to our east, and a little bit over some water to the west as well.
The interesting move here. Stags is going for the deep grave dive right off the bat. And he's already taken a death, but he's going in. Maybe just going to try to get a treasure or find some sort of good higher level enemy in here. You might think that you'll find some more difficult enemies in the grave than, say, just in the overworld.
That plus, I mean, again, level 2 hurt more. You feel pretty confident to take out whatever is down here. Granted, yeah, you can only cast it a couple times because of resources, but that's all you needed to get a couple more levels.
Yeah, with what we have starting out, it's not a matter of being able to level. It's just how fast you're going to be able to do it. There's a whole lot of enemies in this game that are going to get mowed down real quick if you get the opportunity. Fortunately for Stags, he gets stopped before he gets to see that 4th chest in the grave.
Yeah, Rogue Scorpion took it down to 1 HP, tried to run, failed, and Death should not have taken easy. Give him another chance.
Alright, and Joyzel up there is now taking level 4 as well. Just fighting on whatever. Looks like he's fighting and visiting the inn. And alongside that, Ursine is doing her shopping, and it looks like just about chainmails for everybody at this point.
Yeah, chainmails and small shields, definitely big pickups right now, especially this early game. And levels are just coming fast and furious here. Wouldn't be surprised if we're up to level possibly even 10 here within the next 5 minutes.
Well, that'd be pretty impressive, but it just depends on how much MP we get. It does look by level 5 we get 4 casts of the of Hurt More, which is good. Heal More gives us a little bit of survivability, but look at those hit points. Those are absolutely terrible at level 5.
Yeah, 20 HP is not what you want to see. That's not going to survive very much in this way of high-level spells. You find anything with Baby Breath, with DL2 Breath, or Hurt More, and you're going straight back home. Which, if I'm not mistaken, Stags just showed us that the race have Baby Breath.
Oh, great. Well, we just see Joyce will just check out a Knight, which I think is our highest value kill we have so far, and that'll get him level 6. a big MP boost, and it looks like sleep and was that hurt?
I am not sure. It went by so fast. Nope, repel. Repel is actually nice for this early part. It's like, you know, we can get rid of some of those smaller enemies. Ursine finding the fun police.
Ouch. Yep, that might be our Sharlock spoiler of the sea. There's always one Sharlock enemy that just seems to be everywhere at the beginning that you have to dodge, and hopefully that's not it, because that's the worst one to find. So Marashu is clearing out top of the grave. The first time he's been there, he chose to grind immediately instead of checking the basement. Unfortunately, the sleep attack that Joyzel tried to put on the Wyvern did not work out, and he is sent back as well.
I feel like this early game is going to be a lot of quick ventures out, hurt more until you run out of MP, and then get sent back home and start over again.
Yep, and with the money we have right now, we're not really close to getting access to anything else with what we've seen. It might be worth saving up a little bit of money, but considering how how low the hit points are, I'm not sure if survivability is really on anybody's mind yet.
Stags, unfortunately, coming across the deputy, found the blue dragon that sent him home. And Marashu finds a werewolf and is able to hurt more down. He's going to get level 7.
Alright, level 7 had a few stats, but the most notable thing right now is that strength being up to 62. Extraordinarily high for this level. But with hurt more, it's still important, but it's not quite as important. Something more you won't have to worry about as much later, hopefully.
I mean, we've got 62 strength with our fists at the current moment. We're a punching machine.
Yeah, this seems to just be all offense right now.
But chat pointing out that agility number is a little bit lacking there. Only 30 agilities at level 7. Definitely want to see that start jumping up quicker if we can.
Well, that's a stat that has been moving up a little bit. Like, we can just see the difference right on the screen between Ursine and Stags. There's 10 points from 4 to 6. Not quite a huge improvement, but the hit points are what scares me. That's still one shot from a large portion of our monsters available.
Oh, hey, wolves have DL2 breath.
Well, that's unfortunate. Wolves are a great enemy to fight, even with hurt more. Just that strength is still probably a 2-shot.
Yeah, that's what Stags, I think, was going for, and unfortunately got the first shot in and then got fire.
Unfortunate, but our exploration really hasn't extended too far. We've had some people try to find things, but they're either getting killed or they're going back for refills before that. That said, I believe Joyzel just found the 4th chest in Grave, which was gold. If a deep dive of Grave pays off, it can pay off really well because not too many people are going to do it. But unfortunately, we just saw there are AK-47s down there that these starting hit points are going to do nothing to stop them from sending you back home.
Yeah, if you don't get the lucky run, bye. Have fun. See you next time.
As is being observed right now, werewolves have hurt, and they seem to enjoy casting it. This could be a very good enemy to grind on right now. They're not quite an automatic one-shot, and they have heal, which is a little bit annoying, but I think you'd spend 2 hurt mores to get what should otherwise be a pretty guaranteed kill.
Yeah, 95 experience per is not a bad grind, especially with them being so close to the starting area here. It's not that far to go back and get a refill on your resources, and it definitely is going to be worth it in the long run getting those early levels out of the way.
And Marashu going back to Deep Grave, he's looking for that 4th chest, which we know is gold. Again, if the 5th chest has something very important, it could be a huge point of divergence between our runners, but that's no guarantee. And I think Ursine, did she just find South Swamp?
Ursign did find South Swamp, also found the Fun Police, and Fun Police said, go home.
That's the second time they've got her. Gotta hope that doesn't continue.
In the meantime, Denzel found an Axe Knight and was able to take him out with 2 Hurt Mores. Is going to give him level 8.
And other things of interest here, Marashu is doing a gold grind in Grave Spot 4. Might be going double over, assuming they're going to die, and then just take the money straight to Remold or possibly get... I think they had, was it Magic Armor and Silver Shield? But that would be a ton of money to grind.
It would be, but honestly, when the stakes are so high, it might be something you think about doing. It's like, okay, I know one of my opponents are going to want to sit here and do this. If I can take the extra 2-3 minutes, double the amount of gold I need, take the Death Wart back up, and go get the full plate and the Silver Shield, it'll give me a great advantage going out further. In the meantime, Ursa has found coal. And there's nothing on the search spot.
That could have been huge, but yeah, she's still checking. She really wants something to be there, but game is not allowing it this time.
So we've seen 2 curse spells so far, correct?
Yes, that means our other 2 search spots have to be active.
Yep, so Hawksnest will have something, and there's something on the overworld somewhere. Just depends on us finding Caitlin to try to figure out where that is.
Meanwhile, Marashu is still grinding gold.
I mean, the game gives you a gold grind down underneath Tantagil. You take it.
It'll just be very interesting to see how well this works. He is bolted out at 29. Looks like just going for the silver money and trying to get out. Again, full plate, 3,000. It's something that you can live without if it comes down to it. The silver, you only want to do 1 grind ever for the silver. If you you won't replace it. You will replace anything else you get.
Correct. And the full plate not as important because if you do end up eventually, hopefully getting Urgent's armor, because yes, you need that armor, then the full plate's not going to matter anymore. So, whereas that silver shield, that's going to be the best in slot, best defense money can buy.
And meanwhile, Ursine found another red dragon. This seems to be a bit of a trend. Hopefully, we're able to stop seeing them.
Stags also ran into a blue dragon, I believe, and had to be sent home as well.
And now Joyzel just found one. I believe, according to chat, Ursine was in Mountain Cave, so her exploration is definitely going further than our other players, but just not able to get anything out of it except for some knowledge.
Yeah, I'm guessing that was an herb at the bottom of the grave. Marashu went ahead and picked up as many as they could carry.
Alright, so Deep Grave, not necessary. So this is an interesting gamble that Marashu has put in, getting all of this money. Who knows, might even be able to leave, although, no, it looks like, no, he could punch a scorpion to death, a rogue scorpion. He's got enough strength.
Alright, so what do you think's worse for Ursine here? All of the fun police she's run into, or the fact that the metal slime she was trying to kill has hurt more?
Well, the metal slime, you just kind of shrug at that one. Finding Sherlock enemies that you cannot even run from, that you have no chance to do anything about, is just depressing.
Yeah, Ursine's definitely had the worst of the RNG luck so far this seed, and hopefully it'll turn around for her if she can. Again, she's not out of this match by any stretch of imagination with the resources and everything we have so far. Even with a little bit of XP leads over the other runners, that can be made up real fast, real quick.
Alright, Marashu is getting that silver shield, selling a small shield, and that should give them a huge defense boost. Hopefully that'll help their survivability here during this middle game.
Yeah, this one I wouldn't be surprised to see Marashu make a very, very long exploration play here. See what you can find. Looks like Ursine's going straight back to Swamp South. It's going to, or at least is grinding over that area.
All right, and Joyzel has found Garanham somewhere. Selling those cursed belts might be able to get something good here, but should have access to the 3 free chests in what we like to call Town Hall, and then possibly a check of what's underneath. Oh, just a little bit short of a large shield there. Wonder. I thought it'd be almost worth going in and selling some herbs or something like that just to be able to notch that 800. But you might as well check what's in the Granham behind the door there. It could be gold.
And that was my thought process. Check for gold in the town hall there, and if it is, come back and grab it.
Alright, that was likely an herb. Now we have Erdrick's sword in Granham. That's a very good find, especially with the strength. Joyzel can pretty much kill anything at this point. With a little bit more hit points, could even fight some of our Sharlock enemies.
Yeah, that sword is going to be a massive boost, and that is the Harp Turning Cave, if I'm not mistaken, under Garretham.
Yep, so that's something. We don't have the harp yet. We haven't seen that, so that's going to be a little while to go, but that was some good information and some good gear for Joyzel. And it looks like Stags is right behind him, just under Garretham.
Joyzel, level 9, can already do damage to the Dragon Lord. Granted, not much, but can do damage.
And Joyzel is sticking around on this metal slime, still trying to kill it, even though, yeah, he's seen it's hurt more, and yeah, that one didn't fly. Managed to survive the first one, but not the second.
Anytime chat pointing out, there's so many enemies that we've seen that have either Baby Breath or DL2 Breath, or Hurt More. It seems like everything has something of those.
Now, it's interesting. There's different strats whenever you look at getting hurt more and heal more early. Like, what do you do? And I think there's a strong compulsion to just go find as much stuff as quickly as possible and kill whatever you can along the way. None of our players have really settled into any sort of grind now. They're just taking whatever they can get, which might be the best thing. It might not. Ursine, got away from that red and is checking our spike tile, and it's a golem, which if we had a fairy flute, would still probably be pretty bad right now.
Yeah, golems on the spike towers is not something you really want to find, but it's going to manage to get through Swamp, and okay.
Yeah, we have our north barrier here. I thought I saw somebody else in the north, but
Hey, we found Sharlock.
Yes, but can we actually get to Sharlock? It looks like it might be completely blocked off.
We might have to go around. We'll find out, though.
Sharlock likes to be in places where you can see it, but can't actually get to it. But nope, there is a path around. So it looks like the Swamp Cave will be necessary to finish the game as a little warp there to get to Sharlock.
Anytime Stags finds the freebie, and it's empty.
Well, I guess you can't really complain about getting nothing for free, right?
No, but this is great for Ursine. She has found Cantlin.
With Healmore, with the hit points aren't super great, but should be able to get us our first check at the coordinates.
Yeah, we've got enough MP to cast Healmore enough times. We had to cast it every 2 steps, but we should have enough to get to the fun gentleman to give us the coordinates, and then can probably just take the Death Warp straight back to Tantrill.
Well, she's going heavy in on herbs. She might be trying to maintain this position. She doesn't have the money, I believe, to do anything else. Although she hasn't found Grinham, so she still might have those cursed belts in her inventory to sell.
And as she checks her inventory, yes, she does indeed have those cursed belts, so she might be selling them. Also, bought a Dragon Scale. Is going to go and equip that for the extra 2 defense. Not a bad play either.
Alright, Joyzel went back and got that large shield. So we probably... The gold grind is really awkward in the first place, but we're probably not going to see one out of him today.
In the meantime, Ursine is heading down to get those coordinates. And Marashu is up somewhere I don't think we've seen before, but that's a town. Maybe we'll find out if it's something new or somewhere someone else has been. Oh, it's Garrett.
Alright, and we get our coordinates here. 75 north, 16 east. That is probably right outside of Cantlin.
Probably. That might be a Wayland grab at some point. Though at this point, it's probably going to be the fairy flute on the overworld, so you have to defeat the golem to get the fairy flute.
I mean, it's definitely possible. Never want to hope for that situation, but sometimes the game has a sense of humor, like the fact that the coordinates usually seem to be near Cantlin. Sorry, that's my own personal conspiracy theory about the game, that it like counts from Cantlin instead of the castle.
In the meantime, looks like Stags has found mountain caves. Gonna go grab all the chests in here.
He's got lucky to dodge what's a pretty wicked enemy set there on Mountain 1. Now, Mountain 2 is a completely different set. So far, he's just found a couple torches, though.
Is this Gisel's first time seeing Swamp South?
I believe so. The only person I've seen through there is Ursine, although it's possible I missed something. And he's going to get to meet our friend Mr. Golem. Isn't going to be super useful. And unfortunately, at these hit points, there's not much you can do. Golem can still one-shot you.
Yeah, but thankfully they know stop spell, so that's helpful. In the meantime, Marashu has found Reckonary and is now deciding to grind just outside.
And Joyce will just cast Sleep on the Golem, which is interesting considering they have like 15 out of 16 sleep defense.
Yeah, but it looks like they might have a very high stop spell, because that's all I've seen from that Golem right now. Or Baby Breath.
Okay, so this one might... Oh, never mind. I was going to say it might be good, and now it's attacking, but he survived, so this is pretty crazy.
Yeah, if we've got 75% stop spell and then Baby Breath, look at that. Through the Golem, 255 XP.
Nice job. Well done. Rescuing, I believe, yes, Guimond, son of Loret. Fortunately, we'll have to go across that tile again. Got that 255 experience, which I might put him in the lead right now. Very close to another level.
Actually, he's not going to go outside because we have outside. So we're going to just cast outside. And we're going to carry the prince with us for a while, it looks like.
Risky, but he should have a pretty good odds of getting to Cantlin. We'll find the coordinates and may realize that the coordinates are probably pretty close to Cantlin. Meanwhile, Stags was able to finish off Mountain Cave. Found the harp there on our last check. I believe that was the only other noteworthy thing. I missed one of the chests, but I think the other one I saw was a gold.
Yeah, but I believe Stags has been to Garanham, so knows that the Turning Cave is underneath.
That's good knowledge. Stag's going directly in and to Remolder after dying, getting the keys back, and see if what Joycel does if he goes back through. He doesn't have the coordinates, so he doesn't know. Although he has absolutely no idea where that is or where Cantlin is. Right now, he's got one piece of the puzzle, and Ursine has the other.
And on a completely different puzzle, Marashu is found Hoxus.
Alright, we know there is some item here, so let's see. Our Guardian is an Axe Knight. That is a wonderful one to find.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best case scenario here. One Hyrule Herbivore should take care of this. Oh, got the high roll, but it wasn't enough. Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah, the ambush ended that one for him. If he hadn't got that first hit with the defense that he's sporting, should have been able to survive one attack, but not two, unfortunately.
Yeah, and it's trying to point about actually I got the perfect bid, exact amount of hit points to take him out.
Well, I would think if I were Marashu, I would be thinking about going right back there if I could.
I believe that's what he is doing, is making a beeline straight back to Hawksness. Yep.
And it's not too far, so this could be a very good grind. That golem looks like a good grind in about 20 hit points, but this one could be better just by virtue of how quickly it'll go down.
Yeah, and it's not that far away. It took us, what, about a minute to get back to it? And there we go, 64 gets the win. And we have the token.
All right, so if we might do a little bit of a wrap up here just to know what we have already. I know it's a little bit early, but we found most of our items right now. We had the stones and the fighter ring, if you consider it a valuable item in the treasury. The sword was in Grinham. The harp was in the Deep Mountain. Token is in Hawksness. And that leaves us with the fairy flute, the death necklace, and the armor still outstanding.
I'm still hoping for the flute at the coordinates, just because it'd be a little bit trolly having to go through a golem to get Gwaelin to be able to get the flute.
And the significance of that is that I believe we only have 2 chests left. I think we have found everything except for Tablet Cave and the Overworld Search Spot. So it is at least one, possibly 2 of those key items are going to be in Charlock, which could have an armor and Charlock seed.
Oh, by the way, Rogue Scorpions, no DL2 breath.
Naturally.
Stags, unfortunately, getting sent home by a lovely DL2 breath Rogue Scorpion. Probably like, come on, guys.
And Marashu is definitely getting the heavy experience here. Got 11 and is still going on. Not gonna finish this one off, unlikely, but I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right back.
Yeah, that Axe Knight is going to be a great grind. You can go ahead and get up to about 13, 14 before you make another real exploration trip out. Again, we know where the harp is. He does not at the current moment, but if he ends up finding Mountain and can dive down to it, might be our first runner in not necessarily go mode, but at least Charlock access mode.
Yes, we know that the pieces that we need to assemble the rainbow drop are not in the Overworld Search Spot. And you'd think with how close Hawksness was that somebody should come across it pretty quickly, but it hasn't really been the case yet.
Also, chat pointing out, level 11 had a 19 strength boost, which is amazing, especially considering the fact that we have the sword too. That AP is just absolutely amazing.
All right, Ursine has made it back to Mountain Cave, and she's gotten everything but the last item. That last item, as we know, is some of our homework. It is the harp. If she's able to get to that, I believe she'll have 2 of our pieces, and we'll just be looking for that token.
Marashu finding a Sparkle Bridge and does just check it just because.
Unfortunately, with the coordinates, we know we couldn't be anywhere near there. I keep saying like assumptions about the coordinates, but Tantagel isn't on the absolute bottom of the map. So going up 70 something, it's gonna be really close to the top, I think.
And the biggest question is this a true 2-continent world, or is it a single continent just completely and totally opposite sides of the world for Swamp Cave?
Yeah, we haven't seen full exploration yet. Now, a couple things happening here. Joyzel is finding got that Staff of Rain turning in the harp. Marashu has found Tablet Cave, which is one of our 2 remaining items that we do not know for sure what it is. And it looks like it is the wings, so that just increases the odds of armor being in Charlock.
Yeah, we know for a fact that it's either going to be the flute, the armor, or the death necklace at the coordinates. So 1 in 3 chance of it being outside, 2 in 3 chance of it being in Charlock.
Yeah, as a runner, it's still I think the meta is still a little bit new that that the community hasn't quite mastered what to do about armor Sherlock. There's a lot of people who are pretty good about what to do, but it seems like in this race we could see, if that is the case, everyone doing something slightly different, because it's a little bit confusing and complicated to figure out exactly what to do in that scenario, especially if we're lagging in MP and HP as we are right now.
It'll be interesting to see if armor is in Charlock. Does any of the other runners possibly go do that interesting gold grind down in the grave and goes for the magic armor?
Yeah, you would. I don't know. You can go with some weak armor if you have a lot of hit points and you can kind of deal with the blows. With our low hit points, I mean, anything short of full plate, I think, is going to be tricky. But then again, if you have a lot of attack power, you don't have to worry too much about hits because you're going to be killing them before they can hit you too many times.
So hopefully, unless of course we unfortunately get one of these Charlock enemies and they get a sneak attack on us, and then we have like no HP to get through. Anyway, that was level 13 for Marashu. Or sorry, level 12.
Alright, Marashu finding Cantlin. We'll get these coordinates. So far, I think the only person who has saved Gwaelin, well, nobody's technically saved Gwaelin because Gwaelin saved Gleeman. But Joyzel's the only one who has the love to be able to figure this out without trying to walk it out. We've seen everything in the mountain cave. The last spot in the mountain cave had the harp. Otherwise, I think it was 2 gold, 2 torches. Ursine is digging grave right now. I don't think she has seen either of the last 2 chests, so probably doesn't know what's down here. But when you get to this point and you've checked a lot of things, you start to think, okay, where is the armor?
Yeah, and considering where she died last time, says, hey, I want to check these chests. I have to go make sure, because if it's here, I'm going to feel very, very bad. Thankfully, we know it's not here.
And Joyzel's doing the same thing, diving deep grave. I think he was the one that before died right before getting to a chest, so yeah, he's going back in again. Anyone who doesn't deep dive grave is going to be at an advantage here unless we have that gold grind, which Marashu did. Marashu's leading us in experience, and with the coordinates, might be getting all of the exploration here in just a moment for the key items.
Yeah, that gold grind to get that silver shield is really showing its benefits here. Again, it took a little bit extra time. Probably took a good extra 3-4 minutes to get the money you needed. But it has paid off so much so far. And you can see it in the stats, just that extra 10 defense power over everybody else.
Yeah, and survivability has been tricky. The thing here is, will this count pay off for Marashu? I'm not as familiar with the map as the players probably are, because it's kind of hard to keep track with 4 streams going at the same time. But I have a feeling that it's on that second continent.
Well, she was trying to count it though, so we'll see. Well, that might be the end of the road right there.
Stags is getting close to the coordinates too, I believe. That leaves... It puts us in the fun position where everyone has the coordinates except for Joyzel, who is the one who has Gwayland's love, or Gwyman's love, so could actually do something with it. But Joyzel's got the money grind set up and is doing it, so this could be Silver Shield for him, and he should have outside, yes, so won't even have to double up on the money to get it.
Stags gets his coordinates. You'll see where he decides to go from here.
Alright, and Ursine back into the grave and has the gold grind set up, but I wonder... No, okay, she was just checking for different things to get. I thought she was going to do like a cursed belt grind, but that wasn't what was actually there. It looks like Joyzel's going past Silver Shield, probably looking at that full plate. Maybe he found magic armor somewhere too, but I don't know if he's done that or not.
I fully admit I wasn't paying attention when we checked if we checked any of the shops in Breckenary or in Cantlin.
Yeah, that would be silver plus magic, so he's either looking to do that straight out or he wasn't sure what was there and decided to get enough money for both anyway.
Is heading straight over to Rimbledar. Is probably going to pick up that Silver Shield immediately.
Yep, and I wonder if he'll bother getting the magic armor. Magic armor is nice, but the difference between the magic armor and the full plate about survivability in Sharlock might not be very big. And it looks like that is what he's doing, though. He is going to get that magic armor and not settle for a little bit less. Meanwhile, Ursine has the gold grind going. We'll see if she decides, definitely for the silver. I think if you're going to do a gold grind and you have a silver available, you always do it. But otherwise, I don't know, a little tricky if she goes in for the magic armor as well. She has seen Cole a few times, so she definitely knows that's there.
Stags is working on trying to do that count. Keeps encountering these armored knights though, but is doing a great job taking him down. I'm going to get him level 12.
As remember, level 12 was not super interesting, unfortunately. We do have every spell available except for regular heal at this point, but we're just looking at our stat list here, what we have ready for Sharlock, etc., and the hit points are depressingly low right now.
Yeah, HP is the only stat that's really lacking right now. Defense power is one of those things that can be beefed up with, as I said, that silver shield, the armor when we get it, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, those hit points, we could have to grind just for hit points after a while.
Yes, the cruel seed where we don't get heal, but we also don't have hit points that make using heal more make any sense. I have no idea where Stags is with the count right now, but I think he's about to run out of land.
I believe so too. If I remember correctly, that desert kind of dead ends right up there. And I'm pretty sure you are correct. I'm thinking that this is going to be on the second continent. Meantime, Ursine is done with her grind, has 30,000 gold. Definitely enough to pick up that shield and that magic armor.
I think that was the first metal slime that Stags has seen and probably regrets seeing it, getting that hurt more. Meanwhile, Joyzel has found Tablet Cave and cleared it with the, whatever it was, nothing terribly interesting. The advantage with the generally good armor that we've had with the silver, etc., is that even just the armor knights aren't too lethal right now. Marashu has found the jerk. I think that was our last outstanding thing to find. And it is in the middle of nowhere, so good luck to our runners finding that.
Yeah, it is. Walk all the way around the world to the left and then keep on going south, and you'll find us eventually. It's like those good old-fashioned southern directions. Make a left at the Hardee's or right at the Arby's and just keep on going. We'll see it.
So looking at our runners, there is a little bit of an experience lag with Ursine, but it's just about 1,000 experience. If she's able to get her stuff in and settles in on a grind, be able to catch that pretty quick. Otherwise, we're all very even right now.
Yeah, she's been doing more exploring than she has doing the fighting, which is why she's behind. But again, having the exploration knowledge is going to help keep her in this, and by no means is she far behind. Not to mention the fact, as much issues we've been having with some of these Sharlock enemies, Sharlock itself could be a real deciding factor in this race.
All right, we've seen some enemies be pretty weak, but like golems are probably not going to stop you too much in Sharlock anyway. They're the easiest enemy to run from there. Werewolves are pretty nerfed, but they're usually not going to stop you in Sharlock. It's the big ones that we're most concerned about. You know, what are red dragons going to do? What are the armored knights going to do? That really matters.
I'd actually say that golems would actually try to stop you in this seed, but it doesn't have any effect.
That's a good point.
As we see runners crisscrossing, Marashu going straight back to Tangedale is going to go south to the Swamp Cave to probably head back over to that second continent. Stags, in the meantime, is exploring north and to the west.
And it's worth mentioning here, nobody else has found Hawksness, so Marashu has that advantage there. Joyzel seemed to be up there, but stopped short of Cantlin. Marashu did not even look for the princess, just went straight out, warped through. So they might have an other side count set up. They might be picking that count back up here. We'll see if they hug the south end. That probably is the case.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be too hard to get a landmark if you can find that south border. The way those two little peninsulas jutted out on the north side should be pretty easy to find.
Alright, we have a green dragon sighting. They seem to be like the rarest enemy in the game to me. Unfortunately, there was nothing else for Joyzel to find and no resources, so just took the quick death. And now Marashu already has the counts, is resting up, and we'll see if he peeks out again along the south to see if he can pick up that count.
Ursine went ahead and I believe she bought the magic armor. Definitely has the defense now, is able to get away from a red dragon there a second ago, so hopefully her RNG luck is about to change. I know she's had the worst of it so far this season.
Yeah, she's got all the equipment now, really needs to just find, needs to get that last check there in Hawksness, which again, it seemed to have looted everybody else except for Marashu. Now Marashu went back to the castle. I'm not sure exactly where he's going, if he's got money and he's looking for something to buy real quick. Or is this his first find of coal? That might be the case. He's going directly to the search spot where he will find Bumpkus. And yeah.
I believe that's the first time he has seen coal, so going to the Explorer, finds nothing, and keeps on going. But he's going to find Mountain, and this is where you want to be.
Yes, we almost forgot here. The one thing that Marashu was missing was the harp. and that is here in Mountain Cave. So that will wrap up their exploration. Should be able to get all their key items, assuming they can survive it. But the big issue will be then what is on the search spot. Is it the Fairy Flute? Is it the Death Necklace? Or is it Erdrick's Armor? And would somebody not go after it and dig Sharlock and take that risk?
And I know not all the runners have fought enough golems to see exactly what they have, but in this case, I think I'd go after the golem and take my chances, especially now that I have outside. You could go out, come back in, walk back south out of the swamp cave, and go get the coordinate, or go get the GPS system, because I think you're going to need it. I've not seen, again, while I think we could set up a landmark, not necessarily going to be the easiest of things to do with this one.
Yeah, I'm not thinking it's worth it. I think Marashu is going to where Joyzel is right now, which is Hawksnest, and he is getting his first glimpse of the glory that is Axe Knights on a spike tile.
I think Marashu might be going to grind. Might have said, you know what? I've got pretty much everything I need. Let's go ahead and start doing my grind, get to where I need to be to go dive Sharlock.
Yeah, at 50-ish HP, you're still susceptible to a lot of or just getting killed by a lot of things, so it's not pleasant. We did see level 13 out of Joyzel, who had just picked up the token. I believe it had a 10-point agility boost and a ton of MP. So that, at level 13, this is an excellent grind, because you can sit here for quite a while.
Yeah, but it had the one, only a big old number 1 in the best stat that we need right now, HP.
HP is always funny as a lag stat, because you're just assuming at some point you're going to see like a 40 or 50 drop, and you just don't know when it's going to come.
Yeah, it was 39 magic points there for level 13. That is amazing for our runners. I bet they were wishing it went to HP, though.
And now we get to see Stags just got sent back from a green dragon. I'm not exactly sure where he is yet. I think he's got the coordinates correct, so he also has the ability to do that, but he hasn't found the token. The only person I think that's found everything is Joyzel. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah. Joyzel is in go mode. It's just a matter of, does he want to check the coordinates first, or do you want to just go ahead and dive Sharlock? So I don't think Joyzel's actually found the Jerk Cave yet. I think Marashu is the only one who has actually seen the Jerk Cave, but Joyzel is on the way there.
Yep, and Ursine is fighting the golem. Is she? I don't think she's grinding now. She's just getting the princess. She knows that the coordinates are probably something she needs. Well, she knows there's 2 overworld things, because I think she's found both belts now too. Got away from that red dragon, and we should see a return of the princess here in just a moment.
In the meantime, Joyzel's going to be the first one to turn everything in, get the rainbow drop. So he is officially in grind and go mode.
Now, what has to be on his mind is that I believe he's found everything now, except for Cantlin. So he should have it. I believe he's seen both belts if he's thinking about it, because this isn't always the thing that you think about during the race. But something has to be there. Is it worth the effort? Do you just try to go to Sharlock without it? Just grind and go? Or do you put that effort in? You've already got the princess. You probably figure you just gotta find it at this point, right?
Yeah, that would be my thought as well.
And to chat right now, the schedule, as it were, is that after today we have no tournament races until Sunday night at 8 p.m., probably on multiple channels, because we could have up to 16 people. And of that 16 people, the top 6 get to move on to the bracket stages.
Yep, and once we know which 6 those are, then the admins will be working on the bracket schedule, or bracket pairings, I should say, and then we'll get schedules up as soon as we can.
Yes, right now we are not aware of who anyone plays in the bracket stage. due to various tiebreaker situations. With the exception of Angel, who plays nobody, he gets a bye.
I don't know. What's the over-under on the bye? That might be a good betting line.
I only bet for the bye to win if the bye is playing the Browns.
Somewhere Fearline just laughed for unknown reasons.
Sorry, a little Ohio humor there.
Stags thinks they're close, searching the area, but I don't think you're close. I think you're well south. I think it is definitely on the other continent because he's still on the main.
Yeah, he's doing what I think is a horizontal search. I don't think he did a vertical one, so could be wrong. Again, I'm not the expert on the maps right now, but
no, I don't think we're near far enough north. I think we're only about 55, 60 north at most. So definitely need to move up some more. I was going to say, he's going to attack the Red Dragon, but it looks like it might have just been a Death Warp play, because, yeah, that was one shot in there. Anyway, Marashu's got level 14. We have got 1, no hit points, and 7 magic, and we've finally learned heal.
well, heal is actually pretty good for this grind because otherwise he's casting heal more like every other fight, so it'll help his resources, but maybe that's not the thing you're most worried about right now.
Right now you're worried about, okay, I need to get something because those not spike tiles, but the tiles that you had to cross in Sharlock without the armor, that's 15 HP per step. Right now we can take 2 steps before we have to heal.
Yeah, I can't imagine any sort of Sharlock dive is in play right now with these hit points. Even if you got everything set up, it just seems like a really terrible idea.
Yeah, you'd burn pretty much all your resources just getting to the stairs to get down to the first level, let alone whatever enemies you find in there.
And yeah, looking at our stats, with the exception of hit points, we are heavy favorites to beat the Dragon Lord with what we got right now. It's entirely about hit points. This would be one of those situations where if somebody had a strength agility build, could possibly get locked out because of the low hit points. But, you know, you get 60 hit points in one level and it won't matter.
So where do you think the runners want to go at? Let's say level 15 gives us 25 hit points. That would bring us up to 80. Do you take the chance even on a little bit of a low HP, or do you keep riding another run?
I think you could go at 96 or 95. Anything less than that is going to be a really thick risk. If you have a ton of extra heal mores, it might be worth it. But, yeah. And of course, you still have to find the armor, so...
Ursine, unfortunately, still dealing with the bad RNG luck. Got a Stone Man that just did not well let her get away. She finally got a sleep off so she could. But just such bad RNG so far this seed has contributed to her being almost 4,000 experience off the leader. Again, going to be able to make that up pretty well, but still not a good feeling.
Yeah, and right now, if we were kind of just to wager how everyone has been doing, like if Joyzel had found Cantlin earlier, it would be hard to say that he's not winning this right now. Marashu, if we would not have gotten killed by that red dragon in Mountain, could have a pretty commanding lead too. But everyone is missing something important, so it's really difficult to say how this is going to turn out yet.
Yeah, this is still 100% anybody's race at this point. So many different things. Just everybody's found something different. No one's got all the pieces of the puzzle yet. The closest, again, being Dyzel with just missing the armor.
And to just go ahead and recap everything we've got now, I think I did this about 25 minutes ago, and we haven't collectively found anything else since then. But the stones in the fighter's ring were in the treasury. The Erdrick's sword was in Grinham. The harp is in the last check in the mountain cave. The token is in Hawksness. And that is all we got. We have coordinates, but we haven't found them. And we're missing the fairy flute, the death necklace, and Erdrick's armor.
Also, as we see, Stags is checking Wayland's love here on the first continent, and we are only 62 north currently. We need to get to 75. There's no way for us to get from 62 to 75 with what little continent there is there left. Definitely going to be on the second continent.
I honestly, well, I guess I say I'm surprised, but then I'm also watching a bunch of different people, so I have the advantage of like perfect oversight potentially in that case. But I'm surprised nobody has went that way yet to check for it. But Stags is in the position now to do it. If he knows that's where it has to be, he can jump over there. And if it's the armor, it is a massive boost. If it's not, then it doesn't really matter.
In the meantime, Ursine has found Hawksnest, is going to pick up her token. It still doesn't know where the Jerk Cave is, but is actually going to have all the items you need to complete your homework.
All right, we saw level 15. It had 4 hit points, amongst other things. So we are still, we might be ready at 16. It might take a little while. But I believe that gives Ursine full information as far as the collectibles go. And she could now go ahead and get the, I think she's already got the staff, but can get the rainbow drop should she find the cave.
And she's heading towards it, so as long as she can make it down there, she'll be able to turn everything in. Assuming you can get away from this blue dragon here.
All right, and Stags looks like he might just find the coordinate search here in just a minute. Is in what I think is the correct spot. And did he? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did he count that? Because it's countable, but it'd be pretty crazy.
Still need to go east, but we were at least the right north level. So that one slot tile, maybe.
Yep, one screen away from Cantlin. Oh, he went a little too far, I think. Or not far enough, excuse me. Yeah, and didn't go far enough yet.
It's the flute.
All right, armor in Charlotte confirmed. I think he's found everything now. I think he went through the tablet and he already got the rainbow drop, right? Did he? I'm trying to remember if he did, but that puts him in pretty good position now that he knows he just has to grind and go. We'll see if the other players try for it. They might skip out entirely, but it looks like Joyzel's right in the area to find it as well.
Yeah, but this is going to be Joyzel's first time getting the coordinates, period, so does not know how close he is to it, or the fact that it's really not necessary.
Yeah, if he just leaves, like if he were to return, that would be really painful. But if he just walks out of here and uses it and finds that he's about 10 steps away, it'll be a pretty big relief. And it's a pretty big time save for him, despite the fact that he didn't find... Oh wait, what are you doing? And he's thinking, oh no!
Again, with the benefit of knowledge, we know this is not the right play, but he's probably thinking, all right, 75 north, let's go home and start this. It's like, no, you were right there. It was literally just south of you.
All right, and Stags, I believe, is the one person that has not full dived grave yet, and so he will do that right now and find not much of anything. I don't know. He could do a little bit of a gold grind if he checked the other chest, but did he? I don't think he did.
I honestly don't remember. But yeah, this is still going to be anyone's race here. So close, and again, with HP being the key factor here, you got to think Marashu is in the lead, just based on how much extra experience he currently has.
Yeah, right now everybody is missing something. Marashu right now is missing defense more than anything. Still hasn't. I think he still has the chainmail. Hasn't improved from that. Joyzel doesn't have that coordinate search, which he's going to work on right now. Stags has the bottom of grave, plus has fairly weak defense. I think he's got the large and chainmail right now too. He might not even have the large shield, to be honest. And Ursine is, she's going to find the flute here in a moment. Then it's just a matter of finding the rainbow drop and grinding.
I know she was close to the dirt cave. I don't know if she actually was able to get all the way there before she got sent home.
We've got our second confirmed flute of disappointment. She's going into Sharlock here. Although, well, I don't know. I guess the golem grind is easy enough that it's not even worth bothering with the flute. The Axe Knight's probably quicker, though. So I think that's where we'll see them go.
Well, basically, to see, Ursine is up here. She has the rainbow drop. Do you go to Caitlyn? Do you save and heal up, and then just make a dive into first level of Sharlock and see what enemies are there?
It probably won't be as good of a grind as what you see in Hawksness, but you could go out and in really quick. And you know what? 54 hit points. I just don't think that's possible yet. That just seems way too tight to mess with. But she's using Gwaelin's Love again. She's a little disappointed in what it turned up to. I was hoping maybe something different on the second try.
Yep, but Ursine has used the rainbow drop, and is going to be our first runner to enter Sharlock.
Yeah, it looks like she's seeing if this is a worthwhile grind. It's quicker than going all the way back, and you can just burn the remaining resources and then you go find a better grind afterward. But it gives you a little bit of information as well. We see Stoneman, who I believe we know have Weak Breath.
Yep, they've got Punch and Baby Breath, I believe. Not going to matter. Ursine, unfortunately, getting sent right back home.
Alright, so Stags has cleared out Grave, knows that there's nothing down there. Marashu is getting those last checks in the mountain cave. He's still missing the harp that's all the way down there. That's the big thing that he's been short on right now. I believe, yeah, Ursine is grind to go, and Stags is still looking for things that he hadn't found, but should be in grind to go as well.
So it looks like level 16 gave us 13 more hit points, giving us 72 total. That's not enough.
It makes the possibility of diving Sharlock early a little bit more possible, but I don't know. I still think a dive and grind there, you can get nuked by DL2 breath, and that just seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, I think the only way I'd do Sharlock right now is if you're doing an exploratory to see if you can find the armor, which we know is down there somewhere.
Alright, so the experience lead that Marashu has is probably going to get nullified a little bit as he's having to walk around to get all of these turn-ins, but it still puts him in a pretty good position, be able to grind on whatever doesn't get repelled at this point, and should still be able to, again, should just be in a fairly good position. He still has to find the flute. That's kind of the outlier, and maybe get a full plate. I think that's what he's looking for right now.
Sees the magic armor. Interesting to see if he decides he wants to do some grinding for gold to try to buy that as well.
The thing about magic armor is at least the hit point recovery isn't going to be super useful, because when you have low hit points, even though the 1 every 4, you're going to heal up more often than not whenever you take hits. But the hurt more defense that it adds, I can't remember if we've seen any Sharlock enemies with hurt more that will matter on a dive.
I think the only ones we've seen so far with hurt more is metal slimes. Don't think we'll see any of them in Sharlock.
That could be a fun additional grind spot, like go some completely wrong direction in Sharlock behind a couple of locked doors and there's a metal slime grind spot. That could be fun. Alright, and Marashu fighting the red dragon. It's gonna be, there's some resources, but took it down. I was just saying he was going to lose a bit in the experience race, but isn't worried about that right now.
I mean, you got 142 attack power. Go to town on those red dragons.
And now he's fighting the golem. Might be worth grinding. I don't know. It's not that difficult to grind on. They can stop spell you. You could do what Ursine did and stop spell them first, I suppose, if you want him to do it forever. And Joyzel's going into Sharlock. Is he doing anything serious here?
Less second. Yeah, he's making his way towards the secret stairwell. He might be trying to dive and see if he can find the armor.
He's basically full on resources, but I don't know. If we've seen anything with DL2 breath that could just nuke him out of here, that would be if you knew that, no in parentheses, but if you know that nobody has that, this is a little bit more, a little less of a risk. Then again, in a way the seed has been with hurt more early with a ton of strength, but the exploration just being all over the place, it could be, especially with a race of 4 people that you have to win, you could have that feeling that you're really behind and you need to take a risk.
Ursine finds a magic slime and takes out in one shot.
Alright, the middle, we're 255 at this level. No one caught any of them early, but I think we had too much strength by level 2 to not have them run anyway. Actually I think she's grinding on the metals on purpose. That's awesome. Yeah, she has the strength to one-shot them, correct?
She does, that is correct.
It's not the most reliable grind, but if you have other enemies in the zone that aren't super bad, like Druid Lords, it might even out.
And there we go, another one shot on the metal slime, another 255 experience. And just like that, she has caught up to Stags in experience.
Well, that's a nice idea. I've seen people do this before, but it isn't very common, so to even have that in your head to be thinking about is pretty neat.
Meantime, Nycguy has found Axnites down in Sharlock, so it takes him out, get the 130 experience.
Alright, yeah, he is doing the dive, and we're only on the second basement floor right now, but I would say that's fairly good for resources being in this far, considering what he started with and the fact that you burned through a lot, your first few steps your last steps on the first floor. Oh, and the golem took him out. Got a little aggressive there, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, I don't mind getting aggressive, especially with what we've seen from those golems. I mean, the amount of stop spell they use, get aggressive on them. Try to see if you can take them out. Hope for that stop, and unfortunately just didn't get it that time.
And I don't recall seeing if he threw out a stop, or if he got stop spell, because that would be the problem. When the golem does stop spell you, then suddenly that 75% or whatever they have to use it disappears, and there's a whole lot more punches.
Yeah, this metal slime grind for Ursine is going amazing. It's past Stags, just picked up at level 15.
And Stags is still eking out the last bits of exploration here. I think, yeah, he's found that already. He's looking for something. Does he have the rainbow drop already? He may not have seen that.
No, he has not found the Jerk Cave yet. That is what he is searching for.
Alright, but yeah, Ursine is definitely making bank here on these enemies, catching up to both of our other runners very quickly. We'll see. It'd be interesting to check when Joyzel goes in here to see what sort of experience marker he's at, time-wise, to see if he's able to... Because right now he has about a 400 experience lead going in, and to see if one is able to edge the other. We just have sort of a live action comparison right now.
Yeah, Ursine is one metal slime away, well now not anymore, but was only one metal slime away from catching up to Nycguy, and getting those Axnites consistently might be the faster grind. But this is still not a bad zone. I mean, we've been running into metal slimes pretty consistently here.
Yeah, and it takes very little maintenance outside of the fight too. So again, it's, what did I say it was, 400, 300 before? Just keep that in mind about the time that Joyzel has to leave and recover, where Ursine will probably still be out here.
As what Chow was pointing out, this metal slime grind is taking up absolutely no resources whatsoever. With that, they are pretty much neck and neck on experience now. 20 experience difference for the most part.
It's great when you see metal slimes be important, but not in the sort of spoiler way that sometimes they can be early on. Right now we're seeing somebody who found them early in the game has come back and is grinding them with very good attack power and is just able to take advantage of something that nobody else seems to be aware of.
In the meantime, Marashu only needs to find the Turret Cave to get the Rainbow Drop, and then he'll be ready for a Sharlock dive.
Yeah, the one thing that Marashu is still missing is some armor. Had the ability to buy the full plate at one point, but I think has died since then. So is still lagging a little bit in that regard. Has the silver shield, but so do most of our other players. Stags, on the other hand, is the one who is, I think, short a shield and decent armor right now.
Also, I want to point out, Ursine was about 2 levels behind the next runner about 10 minutes ago. They have now caught up and are only about 1,000 experience behind Marashu at the current moment.
Yeah, in this zone, I would say we've seen slimes, we've seen druid lords, we've seen druids, but the metals have to be at least 40% here. It's possible she's in 2 different zones, but I think it's just the one. Unless all the metals have run out and now there's just regular slimes, which of course we hope isn't the case.
So you got tired of running into it. Said, just go away. Give me the medals, please.
So you get a drought like this, it kind of turns the tables. The fact that she's been able to build the lead over Joyzel, despite the fact that he's still there. Like, I was expecting it to stay about even, and then when he had to bolt out to refill, that she would pass him possibly, but that wasn't the case. And now Marashu is looking for the coordinate spot, which we know is the flute, but I think he's looking the wrong direction.
Yeah, he's heading the right direction now. We'll find him very shortly. Also has the Rainbow Drop now, so is in position to get the flute, go to Caitlyn, heal up, and make his first dive into Sharlock.
Yeah, 72 hit points is still extraordinarily risky to do a dive, but we saw Joyzel get about halfway there and only failed because he tried to fight a golem. Again, golems are extraordinarily easy to run from compared to just about everything else in Sharlock. Not that I want to jinx anything, but those are the sorts of enemies you want to see because you can always not get killed by a golem with the flute.
Meantime, you see, here's what you're talking about. Daisel's having to go and replenish resources, and Ursine's still about 200 experience higher, and is just going to keep climbing as long as he stays in this zone.
Right, he saved just enough magic to kill an axe knight along the way, I guess, so that was convenient for him. And just outside of the town right now, so it looks like Marashu's going into Caitlyn, and never mind, he's got the magic armor too, I think. I think we missed that at some point. Or no, he is full plate, excuse me. That's good enough.
I'm still using full plate. That's going to be fine. He's going to take the heal here and then dive Sharlock.
That's what it seems like. Otherwise, I don't think you would walk out of here. You'd be warping back. And, yep, just throwing the rappel on, and it looks like he's going to make his first attempt at the armor. Even if he falls behind in experience for a little bit, if 17 is the go level, this could be it. Then again, if we get a lot of hit points at 17, it's very likely that you could dive, get the armor, and still beat the game with the excessive amount of magic points that we have right now.
Stags, unfortunately, getting bit by the RNG right before Dirt Cave was on screen for him. Gets taken out by an AK.
Yeah, that bit of exploration has really eluded him, and it's kept him from, at one point, he looked like he was in the lead, but now it almost looks like the opposite, just because he hasn't been able to find that and turn that drop.
And again, going back to what we were talking about Ursine and this grind, she has taken over the overall XP lead at the current moment. So 15 minutes went from last and lagging majorly in XP to now with the XP lead.
And just to kind of quantify what we're looking for while we have a moment here before we get these levels, with 144 attack power, it's probably a very consistent 10-hit Dragon Lord fight. Now, there's a lot of RNG when you get the attack power up that high because the range increases, but we have way more heal mores than that. So it looks like once you get the stats, just diving in, getting the armor, and then not leaving is probably the quickest strat here. So what Marashu is doing may pay off if he's able to get the armor and get out and go back in, but we still don't know if if the other way might actually be faster here. There's the way things are going right now, Ursine might get the level off of something that's not a metal. Alright, Stags finds the rainbow drop, which has eluded him so far. And let's look at level 17 here. 0 attack, 7 speed, 47 hit points, and 8 magic points. That is a very solid go mode.
Yep, that's the level. 17 is what you want, and that is go mode. You see Ursine immediately casting Return, heading to Swamp South, saying, alright, let's get to Cantlin, let's go, and let's go.
Now, on that note, Joyzel is only, I think, one more Axe Knight behind, so we'll see him heading that direction, I believe, very soon as well. And then it's going to come down to what we do in Charlock, although Ursine should have a couple, maybe a 2-minute lead at that point.
As we've been saying pretty much throughout this entire race, it is still anybody's race at this point. Lots of divergence, which has been absolutely wonderful to see from all 4 of our runners. Taking different routes, different grinds, different everything to get where they are. And it looks like it's going to come down to Charlock RNG.
Yep, and yeah, Ursine's going in, getting some fairy water. It's going to bump up that 89 defense, should be able to repel wizards, werewolves, star wyverns, and green dragons. That should ease the walk just a little bit. And from what we've seen, I don't recall seeing a red yet from Marashu. So it looks like at least Zone 1 and 2 are reasonably safe to run.
Yeah, with our agility, going to be able to run and get away from most things in here as well, so hopefully won't have too bad of a dive.
It looks like Marashu is choosing to get the herbs first. There's a little bit of confusion here in what's going on in Cantlin, and this could matter. He just sold, and I think he was trying to sell... Oh no, he's clearing out space. He wants to buy some fairy waters. So we still have that sort of shopping to go yet, and then he's going to go all the way back in. So we have some, like, town time comparisons here. But Ursine's now into Charlock on what should be her final dive.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if he wants to use the fairy waters basically as his repel, save the MP for the heal mores you're going to need to burn to get across all these tiles right here at the very start.
Yeah, we have something like 50-ish MP to burn before we get particularly scared about our situation. So, but Marashu is going directly to the judges table, and it has the armor. Oh, that could be a huge change here. If Ursine or Joyzel, if one of them picks different, that could be the race decider.
Exactly. Do you go judges table? Do you go to the pyramid? And if, you know, your betting odds would say pyramid. You've got a 6 out of 7 chance of it being there. That could turn the tide to this race. Marashu still needs to get level 17 though. It's still very, very lacking in that HP.
Yeah, but he cast return. He could have just went back in and killed one enemy on the first floor of Sharlock. Oh, if he watches this back, once he gets that level, he's gonna just see how close he was. If he was able to get that level, go back into the inn in Cantlin and just go right in. He was only a little bit behind our leaders right now, and with the armor would be able to move a whole lot faster.
Going back to Garenham to get herbs, is he heading back to Hawksness to do the last of his grinding?
He must have it in his mind that he thinks it's going to be 2 more levels, but we know that's not the case. Whew.
Yeah, I think this is a play to go back to Hawksness. And yeah, that armor grab is huge, but this could end up costing him the advantage he'd have with that.
He just lost a lot of territory. He's going to lose a whole lot of time moving back. So, I didn't like his odds even where he was, even with getting that first. Like, he would have had to have both players go directly in. But that's definitely something can happen. Going to judges table first is not a common play at all. But we'll see which way she goes. We are in... This is where we will see right now, and she is skipping the judges table, going directly down to the basement. So Joyzel has an opportunity here if he goes the other direction. Ooh, but casting sleep at 22 hit points and not using the heal more there, that was pretty risky.
Probably feels, again, hour 23, finally in go mode, had to get so many levels. You're probably feeling, I've got to go now, I can't risk, I can't take a heal and get hit again and take a heal. I need to make the risky move to make this happen.
And now Stags is entering Sharlock as well. Definitely the possibility here that he could, and by casting heal, that kind of indicates that he is trying to drag this out. If he goes judges table first and he maintains resources, he has a shot. We see Ursine now going to the treasury. We know the death necklace is down here, but it's not going to be of much use, unfortunately.
No, we've got the attack power. We have no need of the necklace. Plus, the HP is lacking as it is. 119 is great for what we need, but it's not great for Death Necklace. You want to be in the 130s for Death Necklace at least.
And there we just saw what could have been the big thing there. Joyzel passed up on the judges table and was going directly down. He doesn't know any better, and the odds directly dictate going to the treasury first. The fact that Marashu didn't was very surprising, but also the fact that Marashu now has, if he gets a very comfortable walk, he has a chance to catch up here.
All 4 runners now in Sharlock at the same time. Marashu in the best position with the armor already. This is his dive. This is his go. If he gets a good walk down, he's going to be at the Dragon Lord first. And if he can take it out, it'll be GG's. The rest of them need to get back to that judges table, get that armor, and then get back here quick.
And Choizel picking up the Death Necklace, kind of a little confused there, but we see right now Joyzel and Ursine are in the same screen. They're not very far apart, and Marashu may pass them on the walk here. He's still got quite a ways to go, but we haven't seen too much scary of anything here in Sharlock so far. So if he's able to keep running, if he keeps that defense up, or the repel up, he's got a very good shot of catching up. And also, excuse me for saying there's nothing scary, as we see double armored knight fights on the right here.
Yeah, the difference here is Joyzel decided to fight through it. Ursine was trying to run, wasn't getting the runs out. He's now having to say, okay, I've got an emergency hurt more, and hopefully get through it this way.
Yeah, she has some MP to spare. Not a whole lot, considering the resources that she's already lost. But if she's able to get, again, it's just a matter of how safe this is. I think even at 80 MP, you're still a heavy favorite to win. Anything below that starts to get a little bit scary.
In the meantime, again, Stags exiting out of Sherlock. He's going to go Caitlin, heal up. Still needs to get at one more level. As we know, level 17 is what he wants, so we can get go mode. Other two runners beelining to the judges' table as Marashu gets closer and closer. When we get to the Dragon Lord, we are set with attack power. We're going to be doing, what, 10 to 21 damage?
Yeah, on his end, unless he equipped the fighters wrong, we might be missing on that one. I haven't looked at his screen to know, but yeah, for him it would be 10 to 21. If it's actually 144, it's 11 to 22. Great shape, and Marashu definitely has the lead now, getting to see the basement. Will he go? Okay, there we go. He's directly on the way to the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, at this point, Marashu has taken a huge lead, even with all four runners as close as they are. This is Marashu's to lose at this point. It's a lot. It's going to depend on what's on the spike tile down here and some good RNG luck.
Yeah, he was the first in. He picked the judges table, and that was it. There was a little bit of confusion there afterward, but Blue Dragon isn't going to stop him with weak breath. He's going to roll right into the Dragon Lord with a ton of padding to be able to take this one.
In the meantime, both Ursine and Geisel has the armor. They are heading straight back. Geisel heading straight in for the Dragon Lord. Ursine right on his tail. This could be a very, very close photo finish. But as I said, Marashu's got the lead here. And gets to stop stealth right off the bat for the Dragon Lord. That is great news.
Joyzel using the Fairy Water has been dodging things that Ursine has been still catching the wizards here. I don't know if she just didn't have enough, or, well, I don't think at this point she wants to risk a repel. But anyway, going over to Marashu, fighting the Dragon Lord, gets in there with max hit points right to start. Pretty good hit there at the beginning.
Yeah, up to 28 right now. Again, the Dragon Lord's going to have anywhere between 150 to 165. We're at 40, I believe, at the moment.
All right, and then that makes 53. Definitely in good position here. Again, it's, take your time with the menus, and this should be his.
That should be 69 if my count is correct. Very nice number. $88 as we get almost a max roll.
I believe that was 107. Still very much control, 121.
Yeah, barring a miss menu, Marashu's got this. I think he is pretty much guaranteed. But Jazzle right on his tail. Get a couple of lucky doubles in a row. Might be able to sneak this out, but I don't see it happening. Ursine making the last dive down as well, but that's it. Dragon Lord is down. Marashu, again, barring a very bad miss menu, is going to take this winner-take-all race. Get your GGs out in chat.
Yes, GG's Marashu. This has been an intense race. It's been difficult to say anyone has been leading for any period of time, but him finding Hoxus and just going back and grinding those levels, I think that's what really did it here. He's had trouble finding some things in the exploration, but never had any issues with the stats and the levels there at the end, and I think that's what paid off for him.
Yep, and with that, talks to the king, says, I will find my own country. Waylon says, I want to come with you. And Marashu has won this winner-take-all race. We'll see if we can get the final time here in a second and see if he wants to join us for an interview.
Yes, final time of 1:30:29, and I believe he will be with us in just a moment. Like, at the same time, Joyzel has finished slaying the Dragon King, and is Dragon King, wow.
Joyzel right behind. This was a close one to the end. Ursine in the fight as well. So this was a very close game, but we are joined by our winner. GG's and well played. This was a great one to watch.
Thanks. It sounds like it. If two other people were just in the fight right now, yikes, that sounds super close. The whole fight I was wondering, okay, where's the dot done? Where's the dot done?
Yeah, what it came down to is you took the risk of going to the judges table first and got that armor, and that is what gave you the win. The other two runners went to the armory first, to treasury, and had to double back and go back to get the armor. And that gave you the time you needed to sneak this out by a little under 40 seconds, which was, again, an absolutely amazing thing to watch. A back and forth race. I definitely recommend going back and watch it. Jeez.
Yeah, I'll need to check it out. I think I only would have been upset if I lost by a few seconds, because then I'd know it was because I had to restart right at the beginning because I set the text speed wrong.
Okay, that was what that was then. We saw that and was a little confused, but yeah, I think you, except for Stags, who's doing it right now, you were the only one who did the preemptive dive. Both Joyzel and Ursine got the armor and went directly in. They did the grind until level 16, which worked out, but you scared us a little bit with the return and going all the way back to the capital there. It seemed like maybe we had missed something that you hadn't done.
So, my thought process there was, okay, I am nowhere near close in HP. Even if I get this level that's 1 kill away, I'll still need to do more grinding. So, I may as well just go where the experience is fast. So I go there, get my level, and I see, 47 HP?
Yeah, 47 HP at level 17.
So yeah, that caught me off guard, and when I saw that, like, oh no, I should have just killed one more thing in the entrance of the castle. Oh well, hindsight, right?
Well, it's hard to say too much, negative when you end up winning the race. But GG to you, and I believe NYCguy is with us as well. Joyzel, GG on the race. What were your thoughts there at the end?
So we can see you lighting up, but we cannot, unfortunately, hear you.
All right, yeah, we still aren't picking up the mic there. I'm gonna go ahead and ask Marashu another question.
Hello.
Oh, there we got you.
There we go.
Hello.
Sorry about that. Now I'm using a different mic. But no, I'm just going to say, just true to my play style, just bad, dumb mistakes here and there. I mean, no offense, Marashu. I think I could have had you here, but just dumb mistakes that I would never do, And this is the only one race where first of all, let's just start from reverse, right? Just not going for the judges table first. I typically do, at least in the tournament, and I chose not to for this one. And just like dumb things, after getting the coordinates, returning right away, just like, oh, it's got to be up where, where Garenham was, it has to be up there. And of course not. It's literally right outside of Cantlin. Just dumb things like that.
It's not dumb if I make the same mistake.
I mean, I attempted an initial dive just thinking, oh, 55 HP, let's check out Sharlock. Wasted a lot of time there. It took a dumb death to a golem for no reason. Just bad mistakes. And then let's just talk about that Sharlock. I mean, I don't know, 87 agility, I think. And even then I had 89 defense, and just not being able to run from a goal or from Stoneman and just getting so many Stoneman encounters on one of those floors, this game, ridiculous. But anyway, after I died from that golem on the initial grind or dive, I just went and, did the Axe Knight grind. So
literally every stone man I came across in Charlock was a second attempt run. I failed all my first attempts, but got away on all my seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this game, I swear, But GG, definitely. It was definitely fun. I was glad to see that it wasn't as painful as I was anticipating. It was a last chance race, so I'm glad it was kind of friendly and nice. But just a long, having to grind anytime to level 16 or even level 17 is, in my opinion, unnecessary. Let's fix this.
Yeah, GG.
And GG, congrats, Marashu.
GG.
Yeah, we now have all 4 of our runners in here. Ursine finishing at 132 and 50 seconds. Stags hit a little stag there at the very end, ended up taking the forfeit, but well played by all 4 of you. You were all 4 down in Charlock towards the bottom floor at the same time. It was a sight to see at that finish, and just well played by all of you.
Anybody hit the judges table first?
I did.
Well, I guess. Oh, you did. Okay, nice.
I definitely thought about it, but it wasn't going to be able to be my last dive.
Gotcha. I mean, what do people always say? The odds. What is it? 1 versus what is that? 6 chess, and of course, this game wants to troll us as a last chance. Put it on the 1.
I think there was, just looking over the race, there was a lot of different parts where it was really difficult to tell who had the lead because for a while, Marashu had a pretty decent experience lead and kind of kept it throughout most of the end of the race. But Joyzel, you had everything but the coordinates at one point. And I believe between the time you got Gwaylin and got the coordinates, or Gwymund, excuse me, everyone else ended up finding the fairy flute out there. It was just kind of protracted and unfortunate that you were just unable to miss or unable to see Caitlin when it was there.
Golem locked fairy flute.
Yeah, I think I got lucky. I got a crit on the golem. He was casting a lot of stop spells on me, and I finally landed a crit. And then at that point, I was like, "Oh, let's just outside with my my prince here, and let's take a little walk." But I'm no nest cardinality. I don't get lucky walking, and I think I had like 18 MP at that point. I'm like, anything that comes up against me, I'm dead. Let me just return this guy, because it would probably be another hour before I could do it again. So.
Yeah, I waited till I had about 70 HP before even trying it, and then I just spammed heal mores and was able to get through. I was also killing red dragons on the way there.
I actually stop spelled him with like 50 something. I did several tries of that, and that's how I got him.
Yeah, I think my attempt, actually didn't even have stop spell yet. I kind of memed and did a sleep spell on him, and I landed it on the first shot. But then I hit him, he woke up, and he kept stop spelling me, and then I finally got a crit. It was just kind of funny.
Yeah, the sleep was amazing. I was just like, wait, that's not how you put the golem to sleep, but it works. It was amazing.
If I recall correctly, I believe Lord of the Synth is the king of that. He did that on a spike tile, so...
Yeah, and I think we had the spike tile there. The golem looked to be pretty good. The Axe Knight was a pretty good grind. That's what most of you did, but Ursine was way behind in experience. And do you want to talk about your grind a little bit, because you blew right past everybody while you were out there in that desert?
Well, to be honest, I forgot where Hawksness was, and so then I saw metal slimes, and I just went after them, and yeah. So we just grinded metal slimes.
Yeah, you went about 2 levels down to taking the experience lead in the span of about 12 minutes.
Where were the medals? Because I was actually trying to find them again. I actually got killed by one. It hurt more me to death, but I was trying to find that guy. I didn't know where it was again.
I ended up catching 2 different zones with them. There was a desert near a peninsula that was kind of a red herring on account for me. Just as I was getting to the point where I thought it was, Metal Slime came in and ambush hurtmored me.
I did not see a single metal slime all run.
Yeah, I got 3 of them in rapid succession. It didn't even occur to me, I mean, beyond just a fanciful, hey, that would be fun, to actually stay there and just grind them.
Yeah,
Sorry, Ursine. Yeah, where were yours, Ursine? I'm just curious.
basically just north in a desert.
Gotcha. Yeah, I probably, yeah.
It was right around where you'd take that left turn toward Hawksness that I didn't find until 70 minutes in.
Yeah, it's just a little left of Garenham. Oh, not Garen. Yeah, something up there.
Yeah,
So-
that was Garenham. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I guess I just had Repel on from that point, so I never saw it.
All right. Yeah, I think That was a really heads up play that caught up a little bit. I know you were a bit behind early on with the experience because I think you had a lot of unfortunate Sharlock enemy deaths there at the beginning that kind of held you back from things. Although your exploration seemed to be at the top for most of the race. I think just I know Stags specifically, not to call you out, but I had some trouble finding the rainbow drop cave. I think there at the end.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think just about every single decision I made in this race was wrong. Everyone.
Yeah, well, this was definitely a weird one in that it seemed like the exploration was never really good. Like no matter where you went, everything was kind of far apart from each other, and it just wound up being okay. So I got this, now I got to go all the way back. Now I got this, and I had to go all the way back. There wasn't really anything lumped together well, and the one time that it could have been was having Gwaylin before you got the coordinates, and I don't think that actually really worked out for anybody except for Joyzel, and unfortunately it was kind of late when it did.
So
Yeah.
Stags, just wanted to say Stags, I found Jerk Cave before I found Call and Mountain Cave.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Now that Jerk Cave could not have been at an any more inconvenient spot to see, could it?
I actually thought it was. I thought it was good because I had just turned in my harp. Then I went to Hawksness and this continued around. So for me, it worked out perfectly. But I understand it was way out of the way.
My biggest regret, other than not having found Hawk's Nest, is just not having stayed there for 30 minutes. Wait until you die, go back, do it again, just until I got any HP. There's no excuse for me to have run all over the map when I could have just stayed there and couldn't have won anyway without it.
I'm assuming everyone did a gold grind. I don't know if did everyone do silver and magic or just silver. What did you guys do?
Silver and magic.
I just did silver. I think I had only checked the Rimmeldar shop, so I wasn't sure if I had access to magic. So I just went for silver.
Well, actually, I had died 2 seconds before, or my time before going down, so I did enough to, if I had died, to just do silver, but I didn't end up dying.
I planned on taking the death because it was faster.
It was so long before I saw the gold in the grave to be able to grind. It took forever.
Yeah, that was a point where I think Marashu, you got the silver shield fairly early in the seed. Like that was, I think we were still like level 5 or 6 at the point. So you went in and got that very early, where I don't think you'd really seen any other shop where all of our other players who did that actually did that final dive on grave pretty late.
Yeah, I mean, Grave had werewolves all along the top floor, and those dogs were playing so nice. They were good dogs this race.
Yeah, all right. So, do any of our runners have any last words about the race, or to anyone else they want to ask?
No questions. I can't wait to watch this back. But as always, thank you to everybody for putting this together. I know we kind of did some last minute change or ruse, and yeah, thank you everyone for restreaming, tracking, commenting, and for watching and running. Obviously, thank you everyone. I think this is the last for us, right? I don't know how this works. I'm assuming just the top of the last chance moves on to Sunday. Is that correct?
Yes, only Marashu will move on as the winner into the play-in race, which will be this upcoming Sunday the 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Channels to be determined.
I just want to say thank you again for everybody the seed, and thank you for, everybody who ran the tournament this year. It was a good tournament, and Marashu win it for us, so get into the brackets for us.
I'll need to find Cole first, but thanks. And thanks to everyone behind the scenes for putting this together. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm glad I get to play more DWR.
Yeah, and thank you, as everyone said, to all the volunteers, all the viewers, all the fellow runners. The entire tournament was a ton of fun. I loved doing it, and I look forward to being in the next one.
Well, GG's to all 4 of you once again. It was a great race. It was a pleasure to watch, a pleasure to commentate. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Good luck, Marashu.
Thanks.
All right, and GG again to all the runners. An excellent race. You will enjoy that watch back, I believe, as it gets. There are just so many different lead changes there at the end. But on behalf of our restreamer Lord of the Synth, our tracker Cyberdark, Gambit017, my fellow commentator, and myself, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. We're going to go ahead and head over and say hello to Naminva, who will be in our race on Sunday. So thank you again, and have a great day.